Hey, what's up, guys? This is MPFSU back with another video. This time we're going to be looking at starting the offensive series, starting off with the air raid offense. In my previous videos, I had a defensive series talking about the cover 2. I'm going to get the cover 3 up as soon as I can, but now we're going to go into the offensive side of the ball. And just to let you guys know what I'm going to be thinking about and my thought process when running the air raid, and some of the concepts like the pre-snap read and post-snap read, and some of the core concepts of the passing plays, and then eventually how you develop that into your scheme to create bigger plays from those concept plays. So we're going to get into that a little bit later in the videos, but right now I'm just going to talk about myself and a little bit of history of the air raid offense. Just to let you know, I don't claim to be the best at offense. I consider myself better at defense. At offense, I'm either average at best or below average. And the reason I like the air raid offense is because of its simplicity and how easy it is to make the reads, and how easy it is to run the offense. For someone that is not very good at passing the ball, it definitely helps and allows me to be successful if I want to go that route. So and to back that up, the reason when this offense was created, it was created back in the day at Valdosta State by Hal Mume and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, and Mike Leach. They created the offense back at the Valdosta State. And what they were doing was getting a little bit of info and pulling some stuff from BYU when Lavelle Edwards was the coach there, and kind of tweaking it to fit their college players at that lower level. And then Lavelle Edwards got a lot of his stuff from Bill Walsh, who created the West Coast offense. So in my mind, this is the evolution of the West Coast offense. I like pro style offense. This kind of fits in what I like. So it's very simple. You don't have to have a lot of talent to run it, and it's pretty much the extension of the run game, passing the ball. You're going to be doing a lot of passing with this offense, a lot of passing. So you have to get accustomed to the reads and the concepts. But just to describe them and get into them a little bit, let's go ahead and look at this formation here, which is the spread HB weak. So starting right off, when we get into it, we have a lot of different plays here, a lot of different concepts, but the main ones I'm going to point out, which is very important to establishing this offense, is the shallow cross series. And when I say series, I mean it's a series because there's a number of plays that have the same name. They just changed the letter in the front, and that letter in the front is referring to the receiver. So, for example, the X receiver, which is square here, is running the shallow in this particular play. That's why it's the X shallow cross. And so as you see here, you have the H stick, then you have the Y stick. So you have the H stick, which is the H receiver, which is triangle running the stick route, and here you have the Y stick, which is the Y receiver, who is X running the stick route. And then you go down here, you have H, which is triangle running the shallow instead of X, which you saw in here. And you'll see Y and Z also running routes too as well, the same routes. And then we have Y corner, and you'll have, I believe, Z X corner. Is it X corner or Z corner? Or, I mean H corner. So pretty much that's the gist of it, which makes it very simple, but it's very nice that a lot of these routes get players wide open. They're pretty easy to read. You're not reading a whole lot, and you know where your reads are going, and you know which side of the field you're reading automatically, and you can get an idea based on pre-snap read what your backside is going to be. So your backside read is going to be. So let's go ahead and pick one of the plays here and dive into it. We're going to go into Y corner. Now, we are going to be going against the 3-3-5 defense. The reason I chose this defense is because a lot of players online, users, like to use this defense. And pretty much the gist of this defense is that it's just more speed on the field. They run the same plays as most defenses run. It's just different players on the field, and they can blitz you from different angles. So they're fast, more speed. They're removing the linebacker, putting the safety out there, and having those guys cover the slots. So that's something to keep in mind when you were going against 3-3-5. You want to pay attention to what you're reading pre-snap. So right off the bat, and a lot of this has to do with 3-3-5 in general, as you see that safety sitting there in the middle deep. That lets us know right off the bat that this is middle of the field close. Now, if there were two safeties high, which is in a lot of other defensive sets like the nickel, the dime, 4-3 defenses, 3-4 defenses, you see two safeties high, that lets you know right off the bat that the middle of the field should be open. So since we're saying middle of the field close, we want to attack this defense horizontally, which is to the outsides. Now, let's look at the routes and how they're running right here. So we have X receiver running the corner who is Y, and we have Z wide receiver who's circle running that slant. So that's the side of the field we're going to work. Now we have the running back running out to the flats, but in the middle of the field I don't particularly like this route because he goes out of bounds in the video game. And also, since we see middle of the field close, we're looking at triangle as our outlet for blitzing purposes, or just backside of that read does not come open. So let's go ahead and run this play and see how it develops. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this real quick, give you an idea of what's going on here. So now I'm reading this here, and seeing how it works is you look at that guy and see who he runs with. Now in this case, he kind of stays in the middle, so it does mess up a little bit, but you're pretty much looking for that Y corner. So if he, as he does here, he turns his body inside, that gives me a good indication that he doesn't know that he's not going to go out and jump Y. So I have that receiver open, and I throw him the ball. Now, if he does jump Y or jump the triangle receiver, then I got this guy to the inside. But I could have thrown it to the inside anyway because he didn't go either way. But since he was already inside, and I just went ahead and went outside with it. But let's go ahead and run that play one more time and get a good idea of what's going on here. All right. And we went inside there. Now, let's go back and look at that play again. All right. Oops. See if we can get it right. Okay. Now we're back in there. So look. Now look and see at this. What happens here? He runs. As you see here, he's running with triangle. So I immediately go to circle, and that is the read. You're looking at that one guy, and he has to pick a guy to go to, and he picks, and circle's open, so we hit him. Now my reaction is a little slow, but you know, gotta read the play. So the ball should have been out a little bit earlier than that, but it is what it is. We got a completion. We got a completion, so let's go ahead and run with it. But my other mistake was not reading that we got two safeties here, so this was middle of the field open. So I should have been looking for that slant anyway. So that's my mistake of not pre-reading the coverage. But let's go ahead and middle of the field close here. Run it again. And he has to get that ball out there. Don't want to get picked off. Run it one more time. Middle of the field close. And there we go. He got hammered in that, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. In this case, middle of the field was closed, and we actually had to make that read. So, bam, he went with Y. Open. Bam. But he drops the ball, but you get the gist of it. All right. But that, against 3-3, it'll be a lot easier against traditional defense. The 3-3-5 is fast as I don't know what. But that's it for this video, guys. That's just to give you an idea of what the concepts are about. And we're going to look at the other concepts as well and how you build on those to get to the explosive side of the offense, which you're running plays like smash, inverts, and you're totally destroying the defense at that point. So so we're going to get into that at that time in the next video. I will be posting these videos soon. So if you guys like it, please subscribe, like the video, share it with some of your friends, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.